So next up, after our lunch break, is Nora Vaage. She's part of Team NOBA. And Nora writes and teaches on topics at the intersection between culture, society, and technology. And for many years, Nora has focused on bioart and biohacking. And today, she's going to introduce the project that is called Anthropogenic Soils to us. Welcome up, Nora.
Thank you, Lena, and welcome everyone. I'm not going to take up a lot of time today because this day is really about our invited speakers and giving them the time to share their perspectives. But we can't conclude the day without having said a little bit about the reason why we are focusing on soil at NOBA for the next 6 years, which is this project, Anthropogenic Soils, recuperating human soil relationships on a troubled planet. So this is a project that we at NOBA have in collaboration with the University of Oslo. It's a 6-year project led by my wonderful colleague Ursula Mønster at the Oslo School of Environmental Humanities. And it's a bit of a luxury to have this amount of time to really dig into the topic of soil relationalities and depleted, damaged, polluted soils, and what knowledge is out there about how humans can work with them, live with them, possibly heal them. So this is the focus of the project as a whole. We have 5 work packages, of which NOBA is in charge of the 5th, and I on behalf of NOBA. So these are quite different. We have a very multidisciplinary team from anthropology, science and technology studies, science fiction studies. I'm from philosophy and art history. And there will be a lot of artistic research in the work package, experiential soils. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that since we are here to talk in the NOBA setting today. But the project also works across quite different sites, from South India to North Norway. So we're very concerned with localities of soil as well. And the work package Experiential Soils is based here at NOBA. So as you've heard at the beginning of the day, NOBA is a young institution with a lot of vision. So the soil focus that we have over the next few years is also complemented by other engagements with the living world. And it's very important for us to facilitate conversations across fields. So really to encourage people to come together, and also with the more than human world, thinking about how we coexist in this world. So in the work package that I lead and that NOBA is responsible for, we will host an exhibition here at NOBA in 2025, to which you're all cordially invited. The project, as I should have said initially, is just getting started. We started on August 1st, so I don't share a lot of work that we have already done. But we have quite a lot of plans, and important in the project is to collaborate. So the exhibition here at NOBA will take place, connecting to what Jørn said about why are you always indoors. We will also be in the surrounding area of the Ås campus. But we also take a nodal approach, looking at how the project and artistic approaches to soil relationalities can happen in different places, to think of it in waves, you could say. So that is the main aim. And from my perspective as a philosopher and working with artistic perspectives on soil, we have some wonderful artists in residence. I shouldn't forget to mention that one of them is here today. Annike Flo will be our artist in residence in the spring. We also have Cecilia Jonsson, a Swedish artist from Vaage, who will be in residence next year, and a number of others who will come in as the project develops. But a very important sort of personal vision for this project is to engage with precisely the idea of soil as living and how to show it as living. And I'm very enamored with this concept by Deborah Birdrose of the shimmer of life. Soil is often considered rather dull, brown, inert, mass, as people have also pointed out earlier today. So how to show it as this marvelous multi-species realm that we can't really access directly. That's the sort of quandary, and that's the task that we have in this work package and for NOBA over the next few years. And I know we share that with a lot of you here in the room. So very excited to see what comes out of these conversations and collaborations possibly over the next few years. Thank you. So I think we have a little bit of time for questions. As I said, I don't want to take up too much because it's really a day for our external speakers. Any questions?
Thank you. So you mentioned the artists in residence. Could you maybe say a bit about how that will be a part of the project?
So important in the project is the idea of, enabling conversations across fields, and the artists will be an integrated part of the project. So we also have a number of visiting researchers who will be hosted at the University of Oslo in different departments by the researchers in the project. And we will host the artists in residence here at NOBA, but also, in both cases, people are going back and forth between Ås and Oslo, and in the different field sites. So that's very important that we are inviting artists and other researchers to come along to the field work that is being done within the project where possible. That's a main aspect of the way that artists will work. They will develop artistic research in the project and might have open studios here at NOBA, workshops, other activities, and the exhibition in 2025 is also not sort of seen as the end product. We envision that there will be further research coming from that exhibition as well. So both in conversation with a wider audience and with these participating artists, we will continue throughout the project and possibly beyond. Yeah, I think there was a question over here.
Thank you. Yeah, that's an amazing project. I just wonder, as you say, the locality of soil. I wonder about the locality of knowledge and which role, besides artists and scientists, maybe local farmers and people that work with the soil would have in the project. Maybe you could elaborate on that.
Yeah. So as I said, I've mentioned mostly the work that we will be doing in the work package by NOBA, which is focused on art. But we have these ethnographic work packages. One is focused on decontaminating soil, so radioactive or heavy metal polluted soils and so on. And the other is focused on healing soils and working very closely with these sites and with precisely various kinds of local farm activities, some quite alternative, some conventional, some from indigenous communities, and so on. So that's very important in the project, indeed.
Thank you so much, Nora.